Welcome back for minute 26. I'm Brian.
I'm Richard.
And this is I Love You 3000 Minutes, the podcast that traveled back in time endgame style to rewatch the entire Infinity Saga from Iron Man 1 to Spider-Man Far From Home, one glorious minute at a time. And Richard, what happened in this minute?
He carefully takes the ring that was produced in the last minute, carefully places it in this apparatus, and it goes dink! And it shows, presumably that device being charged up or something in the next frame, attached by wrapped copper wire, it looked like, at various points.
Yeah, we did have a nice montage. I appreciate that detail because I didn't know that it was copper wire.
I'm guessing.
am not a man. Don't hold me to that.
What?
Knowing manly things like putting together stuff.
Oh, okay.
What copper wire is.
Okay.
This is one of the only times I can remember off the top of my head, which isn't a good resource to remember to rely on, of montage fades. Fading in the MCU between shots. But they do a good job of this. We've got a little magnifying glass in front of a piece that maybe was being worked on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it becomes a little more three-dimensional. Is this glass that they added to it? Some kind of clear solid, because when the piece that he's got, it gets warped.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah.
He's soldering.
I'm wondering if pieces behind it have to align with that thing eventually, and so that's why it's all magnified, so that brings it closer, and he's carefully making it towards how that's going to be aligned.
Oh yeah, especially since he doesn't have Jarvis to be able to explode the view of what he's working on.
Right.
But he's soldering, and yeah, he dials up the arc reactor, as he calls it, and he's pulling energy to activate it, because we see the lights flickering in the background. We also get some blue tubing. It looks like tubing from a realistic standpoint, but I assume that's just putting power into the
It's an energy
arc
line.
reactor. A what?
I'm just guessing.
Oh.
It's an energy line.
I was so ready to get a man's point of view.
No, it's just, how they probably did it in production on the set is just that's just a tube, and they shine light through it and it reflects through the whole tube.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's energy flowing into the arc reactor,
Yeah, so. 3 gigajoules per second.
I don't know how much that is.
That could run your heart for 50 lifetimes. Yeah, or something big and it cuts off.
Mm-hmm.
But it's glowing blue. It's active now. It's a miniaturized one. There's a big one powering his factory back at home.
Mm-hmm. So he's taking energy here and multiplying it, by the way.
Yeah, there have been some, I think it's either New Rock Stars or Film Theory or something that have taken the math of the 50 gigajoules per second and put it into a theory.
Or
so you
3.
might want to look.
They said 3 here, right? Not 50.
Did I say 50 gigajoules?
You said 50 gigajoules just now.
Yeah. And he says if my math is right, and it always is, which I don't know what that means in realistic terms.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is the Arc Reactor Mark 1.
Mm-hmm.
Arc Reactor Mini.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the big arc reactor looks at that and calls it Mini-Me?
No, he calls it Grandpa.
The big one looks at the little one?
Oh, no. I thought you meant one of the future ones he makes. Oh, no. I don't know. Yeah, sure, maybe. Maybe it calls it Mini-Me.
Forced Austin Powers reference.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask about this t-shirt because it was reminding me of the style of AC/DC.
Yeah, it's based off of that. And instead of just a lightning bolt, it's a fist holding a lightning bolt. This is a CM Punk shirt. He's a wrestler. And It stands for Best in the World. And he would always scream that he was the best in the world.
For audio listeners, it's BI and then the hand with the lightning and then TW.
Yeah, it was made in the, with the logo of AC/DC in mind, and it's freaking awesome.
Gotcha. I thought you were going to say it was made in the 90s, and I was going to be like, how did you make that shirt survive? I've been shedding shirts because they keep getting holes in them. I was going to be so pissed.
It's faded. This camera makes it look a lot, whiter than it is, but it's actually pretty faded looking, and I bought it that way. It was made that way.
Oh, gotcha.
It was made to look pre-distressed or whatever, the logo. So.
It's like when you see those things that are ironed onto t-shirts kind of crack over time.
Mm-hmm. And a Chicago flag here, because that's kind of his logo.
Oh, nice.
With a fist, with the lightning bolt on it. X in the middle of the fist, because he was straight edge. Yeah.
X gonna give it to you.
Why? Why do you have to ruin everything? Oh my god. Oh my god.
No, that was definitely not my normal brand.
No, it was pretty on brand.
No.
Okay, you know what?
That was such a tougher song than I normally would throw in there.
Yeah, it's not your normal type of joke. You just...
I tried fitting in with the man, and it didn't work.
My name's Richard.
I'm Brian.
You've got an army.
We've got a podcast.